Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Random Pets LaBARKatory Challenge, where we are descending back into the thick jungles of South America in order to mix and match the genes of none other than the beautiful Jaguar. And I have been so excited and so happy to see how excited you guys are about the beautiful Jaguar joining our ranks in our Planet Zoo adventures as well. And it made me really start thinking, how can we crossbreed a jaguar with as many creatures as possible? And that's what got us here. I actually find jaguars to be one of the most fascinating of the big cats because, unlike lions and tigers, they actually do happen to live in the Americas. You can find jaguars all the way from South America into portions of the US. I don't think a lot of people understand that's why it is so important to keep those borders and to keep all of those corridors for wildlife healthy and strong and stretching all the way from North America through Central America down into South America, because yes, my friends, we do still have beautiful, beautiful big cats like the jaguar itself roaming all the way up into North America. That's one of the reasons I find them so fascinating. You look at them and you think, oh, that's an exotic cat that doesn't, that wouldn't show up in southern United States. And actually, left to its own devices, its natural range did expand all the way into North America. That has changed a lot since the arrival of so many people, to say the least. But look at it. Look at how beautiful it is. Look at the rosettes that Pagone has created so perfectly on this jaguar. And just think about how amazing that would be to see such a powerful creature kind of hanging out around my Texas bighorns. I got to think about that for a second. But that's one of the reasons I find jaguars so fascinating. And if you guys have some cool jaguar facts, please do indeed share them in the comments, because I feel like they're also one of the big cats that, even though they're the third biggest big cat in the world, we don't really talk about a lot. Tigers and lions, cheetahs, leopards, I hear a lot of conversation about a lot of them because they tend to be either in Africa, the lions, the leopards, and your cheetahs, and thus take up that savanna region, or they tend to be just big like a tiger, which is the biggest big cat in the world. So if you guys have cool jaguar effects, I would love to hear it. I've put my little geeky pixel biologist hat on a little long about jaguars now, so let's move on. Alright, so we are back in the jungles of South America, admiring the beauty of Daisy, the jaguar, who is named after one of your guys' adorable pit bulls, actually, named Daisy. Thank you very much for submitting your names in the comments of our previous episodes. And she is quite the curious cat. So curious that she patrols along the riverways, where she often ends up swimming and even fishing out food from the river whenever she wants to eat. And as she, chomps down on a small caiman from time to time, she has noticed these people moving about in boats up and down the tropical rivers that she calls her home. And those people happen to belong to a small fishing cafe. They live further inland in a proper village, but there's a lot of tourists and locals who like to come and eat at this cafe right up on the river. And hanging out at that cafe is Kel, a very handsome Dalmatian. And he is such a beautiful Dalmatian, you guys. This is actually a Dalmatian that I found on the gallery. He's kind of an updated model of the Dalmatians. I highly recommend you guys check him out if you want. It is from Asharia. He is so cute. I just love the way his little nose looks. I love how sleek and updated his textures are. So I highly recommend checking out her version of the Dalmatian instead of just the games version, because isn't he precious? So Kel lives at the fishing dock, and he lives at the restaurant. He's been there more or less his whole life. He helps to watch over all the patrons. They slip him snacks. He chases away the rats and things that try to get into the place. He kind of keeps it on the up and up, He knows when to put his head down into the lap of somebody who's having a hard day, and he knows when to really chase off some of the parrots that try to come and peck away some of the food the people are eating. But he's got a little bit of a energetic heart, and it keeps him really active, and he does tend to roam along the side of the river when the restaurant has closed down. And one late evening, as the sun sets golden on the horizon and the sounds of the jungle night begin to work up all around them, Daisy happens to bump into him. And normally, perhaps, you know, being the third largest cat in the world, Cal the Dalmatian would be a good snack to eat. But she's already full up on fish and she happens to love fish. And lucky for her, Cal knows where he can knock over a bin and provide her with all of the fish scraps that she could ever want. So it takes a little bit of effort, a few slips in the mud, a few reassurances that we shall not try to eat one another. But eventually, Cal cottons on to the fact that Daisy loves fish, and he begins to bring her more and more scraps. And slowly and surely, Daisy kind of becomes somewhat relaxed into this life. A little tame, you might say. And she and Cal end up setting up a little home near the fish shack, staying out of view of all of the people who do wander by, but sharing all of the delicious fish guzzards that they can possibly eat. I guess fish don't have guzzards. Fish guts, I should say, that they could possibly eat when the restaurant closes down. And as time passes on, well, the natural course of things, or should I say, the unnatural LaBARKatory course of things, takes place and we end up with some babies! I'm so excited because a lot of you guys wanted to see what it would look like if we if we mixed and matched all of these spots. So let me pull up the random comment generator because I absolutely need... Oh, and Cal is named after Callie, by the way. There we go. All right, so here we go. A lot of you guys wanted to see what happens when we mix together two heavily spotted animals like the Jaguar and the Dalmatian. And the answer is... That was me swallowing my shock and surprise because, oh my gosh, I love those beautiful green eyes. But also, we got the opposite of spots. We got anti-spots. We got less spots. That was like mixing spots plus spots equals less spots. That is not the way I thought that was going to compute. May I introduce all of you to Sarah, after Sarah Foster, and I'm so glad that you are enjoying our Random Pet Genetics challenges. It's been quite delightful to share them with all of you again. I've really missed them, and it means a lot to have you guys support now that my health is finally perking up just enough to be able to get more episodes done. But Sierra, pardon me, you are a hunter who's adventurous and friendly. So welcome to the family with less spots than I was anticipating. All right, and let's go ahead and we're going to try to breed another baby. And this one is actually going to be... This one has brown spots! Oh my gosh, you're so cute! You guys, may I introduce you to Animal, after Animal Lover 454. Welcome to the family, my friendly, playful, independent little pup. Let's go ahead. Just imagine these guys all eating all of the delicious fish guts that they possibly could get their hands on. Very, very cute. And let's go ahead and add in another one. All right, all right. Look at those ears! I did not expect to see Jaguar plus Dalmatian ears would equal this kind of adorable floofy floppiness. But this is actually Tiger Star. So we're gonna go ahead and have Tiger Star join the family. There we go. And Tiger Star, I too miss the niche series. Just keep eyes out for that. It's always interesting trying to combine new things and new genes on our channel with some of the older stuff that you guys really love. So just keep those sweet comments coming, and it really helps to motivate me to dive into more adventures and to dive into more of the genes that we're mixing and matching. So Tiger Star, you're actually aggressive. Very fitting for any Warrior Cats fans who know the name Tiger Star out there. Independent and vocal. Extremely fitting for who you are named after, to be honest. I love this mix of spots. All right, let's see what the next spotty one is. And I'm going to pull up another name. And may I introduce you guys all to... Oh, look at her! This is Danish from the Danish Cat Girl. And I'm so glad you're enjoying all of the horses that you have been riding, or the horse you're riding right now, even if he is being pretty stubborn. And Danish, how appropriate, since you were just talking about riding a stubborn horse. You are energetic, jumpy, and a bit of a troublemaker. That seems adorably fitting for the story you left in your comment. And then let's go ahead and add in another one. So far, we're not getting any of them who look like Kel. Another new color! Wow, we're ending up with so many unexpected spot patterns though. This is really fun. And this is Lauren. So Lauren, welcome. You are also a troublemaker. I feel like that's perfect though, because if we think about it, their origin story is that their parents meet by knocking over bins full of fish guts so that they can eat fish guts under the moonlight together. Sometimes I really have to reflect on the stories that we end up creating here. But Lauren, you are a hunter who is loyal and a troublemaker, and with one last little littermate left, let's go ahead and pull up the final name of the day. And oh my gosh, you guys. Another cute one with mom's eyes and less spots. That is so fascinating that we ended up with less spots instead of more spots on all of the babies, and none of them took after Kel. Not a single one of them. But you guys, I would like to introduce you to the very last of the pups, Farm, from On the Farm, who says, if there are cows, do a cow mix with something. We've done some pretty cool cow mixes in the past, but I absolutely would love to get a move on and add in some more cow mixes, because that sounds perfect. I also love your name and love that you're like talking about cows. You would find cows on a farm. All right, Farm, you know what? Why not? I'm gonna let you be hairy and produce wool and be adventurous. Why not? You're the child of a Jaguar and a Dalmatian. If you want to produce wool, you go for it, little buddy. But there we go, guys. So I'm kind of shocked. I thought we'd end up with just like really thick spots everywhere. But instead, we ended up with not a single puppy who looks like Kel, and a lot of the puppies ended up with less spots than Kel. And then some ended up with like a goodly number of spots, and 2 of them ended up being little leopard cubs themselves. That's pretty adorable. Let's go ahead and see what you guys all grow up into. Sierra, you're first. Ooh, a cow tail. Okay, Sierra, we have to randomize your tail. You can't have a cow tail or a dragon tail, but you can have a little nubbin tail. So Sierra looks pretty normal. She does have that strong, powerful jaw that you would expect from, say, the Jaguar. So I imagine that she's actually really, really good at hunting. Those ears are perked in the way that a Jaguar's ears will be curved in order to catch more sounds of things that might be moving around in the forest. So Sierra, you look pretty normal, like a powerful hunting dog, to be completely honest, with cropped ears and a cropped tail. Animal, what are you going to grow up into? Are you going to be like your sister and have that strong, like, neck to support that powerful jaw? Fun fact, the Jaguar has also the 3rd strongest jaw power, bite, in the big cat world, which I think is kind of obvious because it's like the 3rd biggest cat, but those things don't always correlate. Just this time it happened to. Animal? Oh, Animal. See, he has that powerful jaw too, but for some reason he doesn't seem as tough as his big sister. And you also can't have a cow or dragon. Yeah, he's got a little, like, waggy tail. You wouldn't know that his mom's a Jaguar. You would think that he was just, like, a good pupper wandering around the fish market. Alright, Tiger Star, you're up. What are you going to grow up into with that aggressive, vocal, independent attitude? I love your floofy ears! I would want to play with those floofy ears, and I would probably lose my hand as a result. Oh my goodness. Also, you can't have a cow tail. What is with all these cow tails? It's like On the Farm talking about cows. Just got all of our pupper leopards excited, or pupper jaguars, pardon me, excited about big old cow tails. Alright. So far so good. Like, oh, those ears are huge! Why are they so much bigger? Because the whole animal is bigger, that's why, Tiger Star. Alright, I like Tiger Star's look the best so far because of those big black marks that we have on the ears. But let's go ahead and see what Danish turns into. Oh, beautiful. Why the cow tail? What is with you guys? You can't have a cow tail. Danish, I think, is probably my favorite. Look at this. Look at this. It's like a Whippet and a Jaguar actually ended up having babies in some ways. Very sleek look. You look like you're ready to go swimming, Danish. All right, Lauren? Whoa! Okay, Lauren's the only one, I think, who ended up with the powerful body of the leopard, but actually mostly Dalmatian traits, and also a troublemaker, so I bet she's the one who knocks over the giant dumpster in order to help everybody frolic in fish guts. And then finally, farm. And farm's looking pretty normal too. Wow, okay. That's not exactly what I expected from like this mix. I thought we might get something a little more exotic, like that llama. Holy cow, that was a little dramatic. No pun intended, because you know, farm wants some cows in our LaBARKatory. But okay, guys. All right, sometimes you get some really crazy mixes. Sometimes you just get kind of a nice big old floppy-eared Jaguar Dalmatian. Oh well, I like their story the best. But alright guys, thank you so much for your wonderful suggestions. Do please keep them coming in comments, and be sure to leave some comments in order to have a chance of the random comment generator picking your name and entering you into the long legacy of our LaBARKatory challenge. If you guys could, do please leave a like for our little fish gut loving family, and if you would like to join us on this and literally thousands more adventures, do please consider subscribing. But most importantly, my friends, stay curious, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!